What is going on, you guys? Kerry G, KG Studios, right here with another video. Not a tutorial, but helping you understand something that could be very much essential to your designing. And that tool is Threshold. Now, if you never used Threshold a day in your life, allow me to introduce you to it. It is not something simply that just turns a photo into black and white. The opportunities are endless. And I'm also going to introduce you to something called actions. Now, these actions are also very much based on Threshold, so it goes hand in hand for this. This pack is also going to be by Fuller Mo. I'll leave a link down below in the description, as well as a code for you to use to save a couple dollars off of it. Let's jump right into understanding Threshold. So what I got here really quickly is a statue that I had saved to my computer, a little pack that I have in my Photoshop file, and I just want to show you basically what Threshold is. So if you go to the corner right here, you have Threshold as well as all these other options, but they're not important today. We're talking about Threshold. So with Threshold, as you can see, it turns a photo into something like that, and you can play around and get some highlights, or you can show a little bit more. I mean, you could just make something haunting, turn it fully black, all the way white with a few pieces missing. It is what it is, but basically it shows all the highlights. And I mean, that's just one way of messing with Threshold. You'll also come right here and with adjustments, and you can find Threshold right here as well. And for this, just understand, if you're just messing with basic Threshold, let's make a few copies here. You just have to go around and start cutting around in it. For example, we're going to do a quick time lapse real quick, and I can show you what Threshold can truly do for this one instance. And voila! Well, not necessarily the best example. I mean, it's something okay. God damn it! All right, so right here, I have a picture of a lion. As you can see, a lot of lighter colors, a lot of darker colors. And now this is when we're gonna go ahead and start using the actions over here. Now I could go a little bit deeper into actions in another video, but I have a Fuller Mo 90s vintage, and he calls it skin tones. And so you got the options. I'm gonna just use version 1 for this example. And as you see, Threshold, very important too. It's allowing a lot of the darker colors to currently pop out a little bit more. And with this pack as well, it shows that you can use color overlay onto your Threshold. And as we keep going, now we got a little bit of the lighter color starting to come in, and that's when that comes in. Lighter color once again, Threshold, just keep playing with it, and boom, you got a photo right here, all Threshold held, making something brand new out of it. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna merge that. And of course, I'm gonna go to my gradient maps. Leave me alone. You just come over here and you can play around with some Thresholds, play around with the color schemes. See, that's just something that you can do with Threshold for simple photos. It just adds a little bit more depth, a little bit more of a graphic style as compared to just playing with Threshold just to make shit. And now what I got over here is my basic logo, my logo, just my logo. I don't know what else to say. And I also got styles packs over here, a bunch of Fuller Mo's and everything and beyond. I'm gonna show you, this isn't gonna be a styles pack tutorial, but I'm gonna just find something that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna find something that looks cool for this tutorial. I think this one will look good. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna rasterize that. Now if we go under actions again and play with the skin tones, and boom, this was all Threshold based. And if you play around with some of the layers here, it's going to allow you to do some pretty cool stuff. But a lot of the styles in not styles, a lot of the actions within this pack is all Threshold based. As you can see, Gaussian blur, Threshold, play with the color, go back, Threshold, go back, Threshold. Let's do this one now. Now some of his packs, it's not super dive in-y. But see, that's the thing, is the version 1 has a lot more colors into it. But as you can see, it looks sick. It could look very sick over here. And once you go ahead and you merge everything, Control E. Once you merge everything, and yes, gradient map again, where you can just bring some new life to a basic logo. See, that looks sick right there. That looks amazing right there. And you merge that and boom, you made a whole new logo design. I mean, Threshold has a bunch of possibilities as long as you know what you're doing with it. It can be used to highlight a lot of areas. It can be used to go ahead and just make your colors pop. And as I said, this actions map, or actions pack, my apologies, you can do some sick stuff with it, especially with these that are once again based around Threshold. This, based around Threshold. This, based around Threshold. While not the best, it's Threshold nonetheless. So the opportunities are just endless whenever it comes to Threshold. It's something that a lot of people should use, but if you know exactly what you're looking for, you go ahead and you use it free will onto your own. And while Threshold isn't something I necessarily play around with a lot, it is a very useful tool at the end of the day. You won't even need like filter gallery or anything like that. Really guys, just put into consideration into some of your artworks into the future, adding a little bit of Threshold, and you don't know, you can make something that looks really poppy. Once again, all credits for this action pack map, whatever I've been calling it this whole video, down below in the description from Fuller Mo's website. I have a very special code. You could also find that in the description. You go ahead and use that and get a few dollars off of your pack. It's not only supporting me, obviously it's helping support you start up something that could be very, very great. I want to thank you all. I know this is a very short video, but it's something that I wanted to deep dive into instead of just a basic tutorial. I wanted to help y'all understand the power behind a Threshold, behind Threshold playings and mapping and everything like that. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. This is Carrie G from KG Studios. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.